Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Robert McLeod Jr. And while it's been a long weekend for me, it's been a lot of events going on in the last 24 hours. And with all the things that's being thrown out there in the media, you can't believe everything you see on TV anymore. It's kind of like things you see on the internet. Not everything is true. In concerns to the ranch out there, people making a stand, they're standing up for the Constitution and constitutional rights. People's rights have been violated, and it's not just one family, it's a lot of family. And the majority of the land out there is rich in minerals, natural gas, and uranium. And when the government wants your land, they will take it by any means necessary. But I've seen some arguments going back and forth on some of the Patriot sites, and one of the questions that I ask is, when does an illegal act become necessary? You know, we've seen these things happen before in history. They're going to happen again, time and time again. Sooner or later, someone's going to light the fuse that's going to set off the powder keg. All I can hope for and pray for is that people keep their emotions in check and everybody gets to go home. But we've learned a few things in 2015. And I'm going to read some of the things that we've learned in 2015. We have learned that some lives seem to matter more than others. We've learned that some people prefer our flag on the ground being stomped on rather than flown proudly as a display of honor and courage. We've learned that only men in blue uniforms commit murder, for thugs committing crimes are only products of their degraded environments. We've learned that mass murder while shouting Allah Akbar is workplace violence. We've learned that the life of a traitor is worthy of a presidential pardon of 5 of our sworn enemies. We've learned that the Constitution can only be violated when it protects Muslims or the faith of Islam. For the American people it was written for, it no longer applies to them. We've learned that any American now making a stand for their inalienable rights are labeled domestic terrorists. We've learned that American holidays should be ignored, as well as the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, I, like so many of my friends, do not wish to learn any more of these rules from a corrupt and unstable society. It's time to restore faith, honor, and integrity back to its rightful places. It's time to unveil the faces of evil for who and what they are. It starts with Americans making a stand for justice for every corner of our lives, for our air, water, land, food. It's time to stand up for all those things we need and require in our daily lives. It starts with Americans making a stand for justice and looking beyond the faces and look at the hearts of men. If you find where their heart is, you may find freedom. 2016's here, and it's going to be a wild ride. Will you stand up for freedom, or will you ride the coattails to tyranny? I offer Americans a solution to regain America and reestablish her honor, dignity, and respect back to its rightful places. I am but one man, and I need millions of you who feel as I do. I'm Robert McLeod Jr., and thank you for listening. Y'all have a blessed evening.